Did you know, did you know, did you know that 95% of all Americans are scientifically illiterate?
Oh, really?
Scientifically illiterate.
Okay. Did you know that prior to recording this, I had been searching for my webcam for about 20 minutes, and as you can see, I didn't find it. So, to all of those who watch this, there's no video to this whatsoever. Sorry.
It's true. Now if you just believed me, there's a word for you. Gullible.
So what you're saying is people who believe what you say are gullible. Let me look that up. Merriam-Webster's Concise English Dictionary for Home, School, or Office, page 66, between gull and gully. Easily deceived. I'm what?
That's right. You are gullible.
Oh, lol.
If you just believed me, and you're also susceptible to something else called religion.
Ah, here comes the debate.
Religion. See, they prey on people like you who are gullible and who are unwilling to ask a series of questions.
I'm already a bit lost, so let's continue this and see where it goes.
1. Who is this person? Are they a reliable source? And more importantly, can I find other sources that will back that up, that are also reliable?
That question is easily answered. If they're this big, whoever they are, that they can get this message they want to say worldwide to people like yourself, ordinary, everyday, gullible people, then of course they have to be reliable. Religion is something that has been backed up for thousands of years.
2. Where did they get their data? Are they using a graph, which I saw recently on a commercial, that on the x-axis it labeled it time?
So you're saying religion is like a complete myth, right? Just something that people want us gullible people to believe. But for what reason?
What does time mean?
I think the time they would be talking about would be referring to whatever the graph is about over the periods in time they've taken the information from for the graph to show what people have thought in different stages of time, if you get my meaning here.
Time can mean anything. Time can mean 1 second, 10 years.
Okay, so on the commercial they didn't give proper values for the x-axis of time. Doesn't mean it's not reliable.
And who did they do their study with? Was it with 1 person? Was it with 10 people? Was it with 1,000 people? Where did they get this? Did they take the first 10 people out of a baseball game? Or did they take a random sample from the whole population?
Okay, this would come under the topic of sampling data, which in any case they would use a stratified sample, which would mean they would represent the majority of the religious group fairly, avoiding bias, making an accurate sample. It's not that hard to understand if you're in KS3 for math.
3. I said 95% of Americans are scientifically illiterate. What does that mean? Did they ask them 1 question? Did they ask them a series of questions? How hard were the questions?
Really, you're starting to contradict yourself here. You're asking us, you're questioning yourself. You're questioning the reliability of a question, whether 95% of all Americans are illiterate. You're questioning that when you just asked it. Why?
Did they say something as simple as, do you know what the periodic table of the elements is?
Ah, that question's not entirely accurate, is it? Because when you said 95% of all Americans, did you include Americans from 1 second old to 2 months old? 2 years old even? How are they going to find, do you know what the periodic table of the elements is? An easy question.
Was it a simple yes or no question? Or was it an extremely difficult question that only a scientist would know?
How are we supposed to know that? Why are you asking us questions that question your own statement's accuracy?
These are the questions that you should ask yourself anytime you hear a fact.
Here's a fact for you. It's 6 minutes past 3 in the morning while I'm recording this, so I'm a bit new.
Still don't think you're gullible? What about airborne? You've seen it in the shelves. Does it actually work? They say it's clinically tested, or some variation on that.
I'm completely lost.
You say to yourself, they can't say that if it's not true. Oh, yes, they can. That's not regulated. But don't take my word for it, and you shouldn't. You should check it yourself. Ask questions, because if you can be gullible for something as silly as that little fact, you could be gullible for something a lot bigger, like religion. Check your facts. Please.
Okay, of the thousands of people who watch your original video, I'm going to say I was one of the few who understand it. What you're trying to say to us is that things like religion and all those things you mentioned aren't completely reliable, and it's up to us to question their reliability and accuracy and authenticity. I want you to think about a deeper meaning for those things, why religion exists, even if it's just a myth, something someone made up, even if it's not reliable, even if it's not true at all. It's there to serve a purpose. I'll leave you to think about that, and I'll say your video was quite well put together, and, well, you got your point across to at least one person, if not more than one. Thank you for watching and listening. This is Keanu, some random dude, and I'll say good night, everyone. Bye.